Hello and welcome to the Mesa Public Schools Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Jenny and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. However, you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type questions to our presenters at any time. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Greater Arizona. I'd now like to turn it over to our first presenter, Wabash College.
Thank you so much, Julie. Sorry, give me a second to share my screen. Right. Can everyone see that?
Yes, looks good.
Fantastic. Okay, Wabash College. Wabash is a private liberal arts college located in Crawfordsville, Indiana. Let me go ahead and make this full screen for you. Wabash, so my name is AJ, actually. I'm an admissions counselor for Wabash College. It's a private liberal arts college located in Crawfordsville, Indiana. And Crawfordsville is about 45 minutes from Indiana's largest city, Indianapolis. Indianapolis is the second largest city in the Midwest, and it's home to mega events like the IndyCar 500 at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and often hosts the NCAA March Madness tournament. And Wabash is also about 2.5 hours from Chicago, a city you probably heard of. So Wabash is a college for men, for those who don't know. It's one of 3 remaining all-male colleges in the nation. But this makes us really unique. We have 900 students from 31 states and 19 different countries. And I'm going to talk briefly about the unheralded benefits of being at an all-male institution like Wabash. I graduated from the school in 2016, so I'm speaking from my own experience. I would say the student life on campus is a really tight-knit brotherhood. The relationships that you're going to form at a school like Wabash are going to stay with you as long as you live, no matter where in the world you go after you graduate. We like to say when you become a Wabash man, it's not just 4 years, it's for life. When I got married, for instance, we had 6 groomsmen, but 4 of them were Wabash guys, which really shows about the connection that we have. But also, it's not just the alumni that you get connected to once you graduated. You get connected to the entire alumni network. We have the #1 alumni network in the country, as reported by the Prince Review. And also, 1 in 10 of our graduates hold the title of CEO, chairman, director, founder, owner, president, or vice president of either their own company or some other company that they lead. And when you couple having a strong alumni network with the fact that our alumni are often high-ranking executives of companies, that means opportunities for you, the students. Because Wabash grads are looking to help Wabash students. That's why we're #3 in the nation for offering the best internship opportunities. We've had several students intern in government with Indiana's Attorney General, who's also a Wabash grad. We've had students intern in the mayor's office, also a Wabash grad, Mayor of Crawfordsville to be specific. And we've had students intern in hospitals for entire summers, in trauma units and prenatal units, where they conducted research on health in the community. And they were even scrubbed into surgeries and observed Wabash MDs and doctors perform surgery. And that's what Wabash is generally known for. We do many things, but we're very well known for producing doctors, lawyers, and businessmen. Our medical school acceptance rate is 94%, which is really high above the national average. So 9 out of 10 guys who apply to medical school after Wabash get in. And our acceptance rate for law school is also pretty high at 88%. And I think we produce such effective lawyers, doctors, and businessmen because of Wabash's culture of learning and leadership. Wabash is for men who want to become critical thinkers, who want to be leaders and world changers. Our mission statement at Wabash is to teach men to think critically, act responsibly, lead effectively, and live humanely. We produce well-rounded men who are serious about their careers, who can be confident that when they graduate, they'll have a place to go. Our career services department makes it their mission to make sure students know their next move after graduation. Our career services knowledge rate is 100%. So that means they know what all the seniors are doing. The placement rate 6 months after graduation, meaning grads have either gotten a job, started grad school, or went to the military service, is over 98%. So all those numbers, what does that mean for you? When you graduate from Wabash, you won't be left to fend for yourself. You have a support system that's going to watch out for you and look out for you for life. And as far as aid is concerned, we have scholarships for out-of-state students. The way it works is whether your GPA is from 3.3 all the way to 3.8, we have different stratified scholarships, and I can drop the link and I apologize for not having that slide prepared for you. But if any students are interested in seeing what that scholarship grid looks like, then I can drop that in the chat for you. So yeah, there's also opportunities to earn money on campus by working a job on campus if you qualify, even for aid, and even if you don't qualify through your FAFSA, you can also earn money, even if it's not need-based. Wabash's application is free, and we're also test optional. And the written statement is optional too, but we encourage you to write it. I'll be the one reading all the applications from Arizona. And actually went to high school here in Arizona, so I'm looking forward to helping transition Phoenicians to Wabash, whoever's interested. But yeah, I want to see your written statement. I want to know your story, especially given the pandemic. I want to know what you overcome, maybe how you battle back from a difficult time. So put that in the written statement. And lastly, if you come to Wabash, be prepared to have fun. It's a campus full of traditions you haven't seen anywhere. It's a town that loves football. I played football when I was there, and on the weekend, our campus looks much like other campuses. We have thousands of men and women who come to our school to enjoy the things we got going on our campus, whether it's sports or the social events our fraternities host. So that's my time. I appreciate you, and looking forward to hearing from you.
Thank you so much. Up next, we have Kenyon College.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. I'll pull up my presentation quickly. And actually, that's not on the first slide. There we go. Fantastic. It's a pleasure to be with you all here this evening. My name is Jack Iyer, Associate Director of Admissions with Kenyon College. Happy to have the chance to speak with you all tonight. Fantastic. So we are a small private liberal arts college. We're in the state of Ohio. We were founded in 1824. We're actually the oldest college in the state of Ohio, oldest private college. And our college is very much, when you think about the academic atmosphere of the institution, it's very much one where there's a sense of collaboration. So if you're looking for the type of school where you can collaborate very closely with your peers, our students are not necessarily competing with one another for grades or things like that. A strong sense of collaboration in a lot of different ways. We're located a little bit more off the beaten path in Ohio, about an hour northeast of Columbus, which is the capital of the state. We are fully residential, basically means you'll live on campus for all 4 years during your time at Kenyon. And Kenyon is very much anchored by Middle Path, which is our mile-long pathway in the heart of campus, which connects all the different buildings, academic buildings, residence halls, everything of the sort connects to Middle Path. So it's almost kind of hard to get lost at Kenyon because everything does connect to Middle Path at the end of the day. Like I said, we're in Gambier. Gambier itself is a small village just northeast of Columbus again. And our student body population is just under 1,700 students. So we are a purely undergraduate institution, so no graduate students of any sort. So that 1670 number comprises first years, sophomores, juniors, and seniors. And like I mentioned earlier, we are also 100% residential. Our 1,680 students come from all 50 states and over 40 different countries. So only about 10% of our students come from Ohio. We do have all other states represented in a broad variety of different countries as well. And this gives you a little bit of a visual representation of where we are, kind of in right between Columbus and Cleveland, two major cities in the state of Ohio. This gives you a brief rundown of all of our areas of study. I'm happy to go into this a little bit more in detail if you have further questions about that. But I think the biggest thing to note about Kenyon is that you actually don't have to declare your major until September of your junior year. So you do have 4 full semesters to be able to get your feet wet in a variety of different areas and really take advantage of our liberal arts curriculum in a lot of different avenues, and then work with your academic advisor to think about what major might be most appropriate for you. If you're interested in double majoring too, about a quarter of our student body will double major. Like I mentioned earlier, you will receive an academic advisor, and this is a professor that you work with very closely during your 4 years to think about what classes you take at what point and to kind of chart out your academic trajectory. Average class is going to be about 15. A large class at Kenyon is 40 to 45. In a small class, you can even have classes as small as 6 or 7 students. So as you think about the type of academic atmosphere that appeals to you, if you're the type of student that appreciates the smaller classes and being able to connect with your peers and professors, you'll find that whether you're studying physics or theater or anything in between, you'll find that in the classrooms at Kenyon. Many different ways to pursue different internship type opportunities or job opportunities on campus. One way popular for students is with our Kenyon Review, which is an internationally acclaimed literary magazine where students can work on campus in that capacity. Other students interested in art history or curatorial work can work at our art gallery. And these are 2 examples among many, many, many at the college where you can take advantage of experiential learning type opportunities to supplement what you're doing and studying at Kenyon. If you're interested in doing research, that is very, very common as well for students that not only study natural sciences, but all different disciplines at Kenyon. Summer Scholars is quite popular. You actually stay on campus during the summer in between 2 of your years at Kenyon. You receive a stipend and you're actually working with your research group and your faculty and on a research project that's oftentimes in that faculty member's area of expertise. So very hands-on research opportunity for those of you that might be interested in that. Another thing that's very unique about our area in Ohio is that since we are in a more rural part of the state, we are actually feature a lot of local source food that the college will actually purchase from local farmers. And so things like dairy and meat and produce, a lot of that is locally sourced, and that's something you can find. And I know our students appreciate in the dining hall. Sports are very common and popular at Kenyon. About 1/3 of our students are involved in some sort of varsity sport, and about another 1/3 are involved in intramural or club sports. And so if you're interested in that, we are Division III. North Coast Athletic Conference is who we compete against. So a lot of times smaller liberal arts colleges in Ohio, Pennsylvania, Indiana, that sort of Michigan, that sort of area. A lot of different events happening on campus. As I said earlier, we are 100% residential. So, you live and you learn and you study and everything is happening really on campus. So whatever it is that you like to do outside the classroom, you will find a home for that in so many different ways. So cultural events and concerts and lectures and performances, anything of the sort, those are happening truly 7 days a week at any point during the academic year. So many, many opportunities to get involved on that front. A little bit of information about dates and deadlines here. Another important notice that we do also meet 100% of demonstrated need for those of you that might be interested in pursuing need-based financial aid. And with that, I appreciate your time this evening, and I am happy to pass along to my next colleague.
Thank you so much. And a reminder to our participants, you can use that Q&A function at any time to ask questions of our schools here. Up next, we have Miami University.
All right. Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to greet you from Oxford, Ohio, and Miami University. We are the 10th oldest public university in the nation and being founded in 1809. And we have been named as one of the original 8 public Ivies. Oxford is the quintessential college town located in Southwest Ohio. And we are a semi-rural setting between Cincinnati and Dayton. We encompass about 1 mile square of campus, and it's very walkable. 99% of our students live within 2 miles of the center of campus. What's appealing to many of our students is our size. We're considered a mid-sized institution, and we are able to have the focus on our undergraduate students. So of the nearly 20,000 students that we have on campus, the majority are going to be undergraduates. And what that really means for the undergraduate students is that there will be exceptional opportunities that are going to come your way. And really, you will have 4 full years to be able to take advantage of those opportunities because you're not competing with graduate students. We will also just want to note that our faculty want to teach. They realize the focus on the undergraduate student, and they truly want to teach and engage with our students. We are, as early as the first year, students are going to be engaging with their faculty, forming close connections, and having those experiential learning opportunities, such as accessing research with their faculty. They'll be assigned a career advisor. They'll begin planning internships, and study abroad programs, and they'll continually work with academic advisors to pull together all of their academic interests. And because Miami is very interdisciplinary, that approach really has helped more than half of our graduates leave with more than one major. We have, and speaking of majors, we have over 120 different majors housed within 5 different academic divisions. And you'll see those listed here. And the College of Arts and Science is our largest division, with majors in the natural sciences, the social sciences, and the humanities. It's also home to our Mallory Wilson Center for Healthcare Education. It's also the home of our Sue J. Henry Pre-Law Center. And also for students who aren't sure what they want to study, it's the home of our University Studies program, where we'll have advisors work closely with students to help them hone their academic interests. Our College of Creative Arts houses majors in art, music, theater, architecture, and interior design, communication design, and new as emerging technology in business and design with our new program in games and simulation. The College of Engineering and Computing houses chemical, paper, and biomedical engineering, computer science and software engineering, electrical and computing, mechanical and manufacturing, and one of our newest programs, robotics. Our College of Education, Health, and Society has majors that encompass teacher education, nutrition, family science and social work, kinesiology, public health, and sport leadership and management. Our Farmer School of Business will have majors like accounting, analytics, economics, finance, management, leadership, marketing, and supply chain management. And then we have a direct admission nursing program. So students who are interested in nursing, we have a department at the university, and our process allows students to first be admitted to the university, go through an additional review, and then be directly admitted into the nursing program at the time of admission, so they'll know. We also have 3 different honors programs opportunities for our students. And one is the Honors College, which is going to be a residential college where you will be living with other Honors College students, and you will have the ability to have personalized academic advising. You will have specialized programming, specific study abroad programs, priority registration, just to name a few of the perks. Our Prodesse Scholars is a 1-year program that's really focused on a cohort-based theme, where you'll be working with a faculty and other students. That comes along with a scholarship up to $2,000 that's renewable and stackable on our other merit scholarships. Our premier academic scholarship program is called Presidential Fellows, where students will come to campus in February to compete for a full ride scholarship, including all tuition and fees, and room and board, and an enrichment stipend of $5,000. Miami is a very residential campus. We have students that are required to live in a residence hall their first 2 years, and they also can select a living learning community each of those years. And that really helps form friendships and bonds between students that really can last a lifetime. Our students are also very engaged. Usually they're already engaged prior to coming, but we offer lots of opportunities for them. We have more than 600 clubs and organizations. We are a Division I school with 19 varsity sport teams, and we're also a big club sports school with over 50 club sport teams that compete nationally and often bring home championships. We feel that we do a great job of preparing students with all the opportunities that they get across the 4 years with their time with us to be very competitive when they are ready to go on to professional school, graduate school, or right into employment. We feel that we prepare our students very well for that. I want to focus on my remaining time, just some of the nuts and bolts with applying if you are seniors in the audience, and that is that time for you right now. Our key time is December 1, if you think of that date as the priority consideration for scholarship, our merit scholarships, and our competitive programs. So with that, I welcome you to visit campus, either in person or virtually, and wish you all the best of luck in your college search.
Thank you so much. Up next, we have Northland College.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Abigail. I'm an admissions counselor from Northland College, and I graduated from Northland, and I'm from Arizona. I'm Tucson, actually. So I'm really excited to share more with you all. So let's get started. So founded in 1892, Northland is a community of about 600 students, a little bit less, from across the US and a handful of continents. On average, our class sizes are about 15 students, but I've even had classes that were 5 people, including the professor. So you really get to know the people in your class, which definitely makes a more personalized experience in a kind of more comfortable classroom space, especially if you're a little bit more introverted or kind of shy. And this photo is definitely making me a little chilly looking at it, but it is during our peak winter season. It's quite the experience, you know, if you've never kind of gone through a full winter before, like most Arizona students, but a lot of fun. And Northland is located in the Chequamegon Bay in Wisconsin, up at the very top of Wisconsin. We're about an hour from Duluth, Minnesota, 3 hours from Minneapolis, and about 6 hours from the Milwaukee, Madison area. And Ashland is a small city of about 8,000 people, and we are located along the shores of Lake Superior. Ashland is a vibrant community. There's a lot of historic buildings, cozy restaurants, thrift stores, walking and biking trails, and lots of great beaches and marinas along the shores, which is really amazing if you like watching the sunset every evening. And you can see Northland's campus in this photo, about 100 acres in size, and we're right on the edge of town between Ashland and about 1 million acres national forests. So lots of great hiking and camping that's really, really close by the campus. And Northland is a liberal arts college. So essentially, you know, that means educating the entire person, taking a lot of different classes in the humanities, sciences, arts. Whatever you're studying, you're kind of taking a broad range of classes to learn different perspectives and skills. But Northland does have a little bit of a twist here. We focus a lot on sustainability, environmentalism, and social justice in our academic programs, but as well, you know, as in our lives and in our community. The people here are very, very passionate about the amazing place that we live in and would do anything to protect the land and the water that kind of sustains us all. For academics, our majors span the arts and sciences with notable kind of Northland specific programs like natural resources, outdoor education, sustainable community development, and humanity and nature studies. Some of our newer programs include things like climate science, and then some minors like climate change studies, sustainable agriculture, and sports management. And speaking of sports, we are an NCSA double Division III school in athletics with 14 varsity sports. So about 38% of our students are in team sports, but while also being, you know, full-time students that have jobs and participate in clubs and do research, things like that. And a defining characteristic of Northland is our strong sense of community. About 75% of students are living on campus in the dorms. We have about 20 clubs, 3 student publications, a gear rental store, a free thrift store, a bike shop, multiple garden spaces on campus. So it's a great way, you know, to make connections, make friends. It's a really supportive community, and it's really nice to be surrounded by others who love this area and love this community so strongly. And our location is just so important to everything we do. And central to that is Lake Superior, just a mile from campus. Lake Superior is the largest freshwater lake in the world by surface area. So it's about the size of North Carolina. And it's so big, it kind of creates its own weather pattern. So we do get a lot of snow. So it's great if you are kind of interested in things like skiing, snowboarding, ice skating, ice fishing, tons of stuff to do like that in the winter. And then also a lot of education that kind of thrives on experiential learning. So in the field, in the lab, in the community, you're doing a lot of hands-on things, you know, like tracking carnivores, climbing trees, identifying birds and plant species, you name it, and Northlanders are probably out doing it. And, you know, environmental careers are in demand and the fields are expanding like crazy. So if you want to be in the forests, the fields, the rivers, or even, you know, large corporate offices, well-rounded people who are kind of passionate and ready to change the world are needed. And with the experiences Northland students have, they're kind of really set apart for the careers after graduation. And as far as applying, we are accepting and reviewing applications for fall 2022. It's free to apply. We accept our application or the common application, and we don't require letters of recommendation or essays or test scores, but we'll take them if you have them. And it takes us about 2 weeks to get your admissions decision back, and we have rolling admissions, so no huge big deadlines to kind of stress out about. Awesome. Well, that is kind of Northland in a nutshell. So definitely check out our website and our social media pages. We are on TikTok, kind of fun. So definitely please reach out with any questions. And thanks everyone so much for joining us.
Thank you. And just a reminder to our participants, you can use that Q&A function to ask questions of our schools here at any time. Up next, we have Lawrence University.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. My name is Joe Johnson. I am an Associate Director of Admissions here at Lawrence University. I use he, him pronouns. Lawrence is a small college and conservatory of music located in Appleton, Wisconsin, 5th largest city in the state of Wisconsin, population 70,000, metro population 250,000. So that means Appleton's going to have a small town feel when you go to college here, but you'll find all the big city amenities. We have an airport, transit, train station, Greyhound station, coffee shops, restaurants, museums, Riverwalk trails right behind our campus, 20 minutes from a local state park, and even a performing arts center in downtown, just a mile's walk from campus, where we have Hamilton, Dear Evan Hansen, Wicked, and many more. Lawrence is unique in that we are both a nationally ranked College of Liberal Arts and Sciences and a highly selective Conservatory of Music. Between the two, we offer over 64 areas of study, including the option of pursuing a 5-year dual degree, Bachelor of Arts from the college, Bachelor's of Music from the Conservatory, the only degree of its kind from an entirely undergraduate college and conservatory. Lawrence students are nurtured and challenged through individualized experiences in a very traditional liberal arts model of education, thanks in part to our 8-to-1 student faculty ratio, one of the smallest in the nation. And that's also not just some random stat from our brochures. 63% of all of our students will be participating in at least one-on-one study course, just to let that sink in. And it's really important to remember that the kinds of students that are drawn to an education at Lawrence, they're inherently curious, they're creative, they're welcoming, engaged, and passionate about what they do. And our faculty are also equally engaged, not just with their own scholarship and research, but with their teaching and mentorship. It's not uncommon to be invited to a professor's house for a class discussion or to co-present with your faculty advisor at a conference. Now, the academic curriculum at Lawrence is bookended by 2 quintessential academic experiences. First is the first-year studies program, and then the senior experience. First-year studies is our expansive introduction to what the liberal arts is all about. There's an introduction to our honor code, which discusses academic integrity here at Lawrence. And there's a shared syllabus of works like Plato's Republic, Miles Davis's Kind of Blue, Alison Bechdel's Fun Home, the Bhagavad Gita, and other religious texts. Laurentians are taught to think critically, to read and write critically, to analyze, synthesize, debate, and communicate effectively across a wide variety of disciplines. Now, the senior experience is the culmination of a student's experience here at Lawrence. Every graduating senior produces some kind of collaborative or independent research project, perhaps an art show, a scholarly paper, a senior recital, radio drama, a design for a production on campus, maybe a found space performance. There's so much creativity and so much energy and academic passion that goes into these projects as a way for you to showcase your expertise, your growth, your development over your 4 years at Lawrence and share that with the world around you. Now, the Lawrence journey doesn't just prepare you for your first job after college. It also prepares you for a lifetime of learning and growth and discovery. Our goal is that we can help develop the next generation of mindful global citizens. And it's no coincidence then that 97% of our graduates find placement within 6 months of graduation. Lawrence is also a fully residential campus with nearly 100% of our students living here all 4 or 5 years if you're a double degree student. We offer over 20 different varsity sports for Division III athletics. 14 world-class music ensembles, an opera theater program, 150 plus clubs and organizations, a farmers market, 1 block from campus, and even the world's longest running trivia contest. It's the 57th annual Great Midwest Trivia Contest this year. If there's a passion that you want to pursue, you'll be able to do it at Lawrence. In addition to our residential campus in Appleton, we also have 2 satellite campuses. Pictured here is Björklundin. Yes, that's how you pronounce that. It's Swedish for Birch Grove by the lake. It's a lodge and 441-acre estate along Lake Michigan. It's an hour-and-a-half northeast of campus, and it's basically a free retreat center for our students to relax, unplug, and kind of reflect on their time at Lawrence. You'll travel up with residence halls, clubs, music studios, athletic teams, even classes. Our 3rd campus is in the London Center in Bloomsbury, central London, and it's the most popular of all of our study abroad programs. Over 45% of our students will study abroad during their time here at Lawrence, so it's very much a part of the culture to become a globally minded citizen. It's very easy to fit in with our trimester calendar. Even if you're a musician, a STEM major, an athlete, or all of the above, you can study abroad at a place like Lawrence. And if you're looking for a community that's already rich in diverse perspectives, you'll find it here at Lawrence. 30% of Laurentians are students of color, 25% are Pell Grant eligible, 25% of our students, another different subset, are also first-generation college students. And we have 15% of our student body that comes to us from over 50 countries around the world, making Lawrence one of the most geographically diverse small liberal arts colleges in the nation, much less in Northeast Wisconsin. Our community, curriculum, and campuses are sure to broaden your horizon as you prepare to share your own light with the world. Here's an overview of our admissions deadlines. We meet between 90 and 100% of our students' demonstrated financial need and offer robust merit scholarships for our students. I'm your admissions counselor based in the Pacific Northwest, and I'm happy to answer more questions for you. With that, I'll pass off to our next institution. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. And reminder, we still have time. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the Q&A and our schools will answer them. Up next, we have Michigan State University.
Sorry, having a technical difficulty in moving my screen around here. There we go. All right. Okay, on the banks of the Red Cedar, there's a school that's known to all, and that's Michigan State University. So hi, I'm Iris Shen Van Buren. I'm here on behalf of Isaac Cervantes, MSU's manager of Southern California and Southwest recruitment. MSU is located in the Midwest in Michigan. So here we use our hands as our maps. So MSU is in the center of the Lower Peninsula of Michigan. Campus is near the state capital of Lansing and a few hours from Detroit and the Great Lakes. MSU has a very active alumni club in Arizona. It's about 3 to 5.5 hour flight from major cities in Arizona to the Detroit Metropolitan Airport. DTW is easily accessible through the Michigan Flyer Airport shuttle, and smaller airports are in Lansing, Grand Rapids, or Flint. And we also have Amtrak and Greyhound over by campus. So scan the QR code for the MSU admissions site. MSU in East Lansing is a suburban college town with a vibrant arts culture and myriad of shops, boutiques, and dining options. So MSU's park-like campus is self-contained, like a small city of almost 50,000 students. South of our main campus are MSU's research farms, and we have been noted as a highly sustainable and environmentally green campus. MSU is diverse. Our students come from all counties in Michigan, all 50 states, and 140 countries. 27% are out-of-state and international students, and we have 9,000 students of color on our campus and an active LGBTQIA2+ community. Academically, 8% of our students are in the Honors College. MSU has 200+ majors, 100+ minors in 17 degree granting colleges. We are the only school in the nation with 3 medical schools, colleges of human medicine, osteopathic medicine, and veterinary medicine. There's also a college of nursing and a college of law. Our most popular programs are business, engineering, computer science, human biology, and kinesiology. We have the #1 global supply chain management program in the world and top-ranked programs in hospitality business, education, and nuclear physics. Our STEM research building and Billman Music Pavilion just opened this fall. And MSU has flat-rate tuition. Students pay for 15 credits, and they can take 12 to 18 credits, making it easier to add a minor. Our honors program offers high-achieving students curriculum flexibility, access to research, priority registration, and additional scholarships. Most honors college students are in the top 5% of their high school class and around a 32 ACT or 1420 SAT score or higher. Students who choose to apply test optional are reviewed holistically. They're usually invited about 6 to 8 weeks after being admitted, and the Honors College does look at academic rigor, participation in research, work, leadership, extracurriculars, service, etc., in addition to a student's academics and grades. So students may also submit additional information or can be reconsidered after their first semester on campus if they're not initially invited. MSU students learn outside of our lecture halls through internships or by volunteering. 700+ students of all majors are studying an entrepreneurship minor. As a Big Ten research institution, we offer students of all majors access to research. Honors College students who are receiving a professorial assistantship can start research as early as their first week on campus, and the world's longest continuously monitored research experiment is located at MSU, where students can continue the process 142 years later. All domestic out-of-state students also receive a presidential study abroad scholarship of $3,000 or $5,000 that can be used for programs on all 7 continents. MSU has 3 residential colleges on campus. These provide students smaller and more focused living learning environments, including access to professors' offices, classmates, and classrooms in the buildings where they live. Residential colleges are first come, first served, and students should list them as their major. Lyman Briggs College is the only residential college that is limited to incoming freshmen who decide they want to study math, science, computer science, and how they impact humanity. James Madison College is for students who are interested in social and international relations, public policy, or law. And the Residential College in Arts and Humanities is an interdisciplinary program that includes fine and performing arts, literature, languages, cultures, history, and civic engagement. Other living learning communities include our first-year engineering core experience, residential business community, which is by application, the RISE residential initiative on the study of the environment, and the Bailey Scholars help students develop their own minors and become leaders. MSU is full of connections. Every fall, we have Sparticipation that allows our students to explore 900+ student organizations. Spartan Remix showcases our multicultural organizations. Greek Life represents 13% of our students with 60+ groups, including the African American Divine Nine, Latinx, Asian American, and multicultural sororities and fraternities. Go enjoy a show like Hamilton at the Wharton Center for Performing Arts or view art at the Broad Art Museum. We also have Big Ten, Division I, club and intramural sports to watch or join, or cheer on the Spartans with a Go Green, Go White. Finally, how do you become a Spartan? Initially, we look at 9th through 11th grades and the strength of your curriculum, including AP, IB, honors, and dual enrollment courses. We require 1 essay, but do not require letters of recommendation. Last year, 58% of our students applied test optional, and we will remain test optional until fall 2025. If you go test optional when you apply, we will review your application holistically. This won't affect scholarships or honors consideration. Feel free to use the optional COVID impact section or additional information for us to consider. Finally, you can apply using the MSU Common App or the Coalition app. Early action deadline is maximum scholarships consideration is November 1st. Think of Halloween as your deadline. You want a treat, not a trick. Apply by Halloween. Regular admissions is February 1st, and after February 1st, it's rolling admissions. All three decisions are non-binding, and you have until May 1st to make a final decision. Questions? You can contact Isaac Cervantes. I'll put his information in the chat. Thank you, and go green.
Thank you so much. Thank you to all of our presenters. We have a little bit of time for some Q&A. So I'll go ahead and ask everyone to turn their cameras back on, come back on screen, and I will put our first question up here. So our question for the night is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? So what little nuggets of wisdom do you have for our students and parents watching tonight? We'll start with Wabash College and go in the same order.
Yeah, really quick. That's a really great question. I would say get your list of must-haves for school. And that could be anything for you. And I'll just say what my three were. My three were internship opportunities. Are there paid internships? Can the college give me? How strong is the alumni network? And 3, are you going to be able to take me abroad? Take me somewhere I couldn't take myself. So whether that's geography or whether that's career services or whether that's sports, figure out your must-haves. It'll help you delineate which schools are worth you even applying for.
I would say really take advantage of connecting with the various colleges that you're interested in applying to, right? So all of us admission representatives for our respective institutions, we love to connect with you. So please don't hesitate to reach out to us and strike up a conversation, and we can, would love to speak with you in that capacity. So I think a biggest piece of advice would just be, be in communication with the people at the schools that you are interested in learning more about.
Hi, I would probably say, especially this time of year, keep in mind deadlines, and with so much information out there and so many different dates and deadlines for the schools, keep a good list, have parents and students work together, and keep everybody on track so you don't miss any important deadlines.
I would say visit campus if you can. You'll hear that a lot. A lot of students talk about the feeling that they get when they get on campus, and it just kind of feels like home. It feels like this is the place I would like to be. And going with your gut feeling can definitely be really important, and seeing it in person or seeing multiple college, what you like, what you don't like, really helps you find that feeling.
I would say, students have a lot more power than they think during the college search process. It really is a two-way conversation when you're applying to colleges and they're, recruiting you. You have a lot of power to say, hey, this is something that is important to me and I need to have in my college experience. You can make it happen. And also, when you're thinking about those next steps, don't be afraid to call out things that you don't think are going to serve you. You have a lot of power.
Finally, I recommend that students don't just take a look at the price tag to, count out schools or count them in. Actually, a lot of schools will give scholarships. So usually what they say is the cost of the attendance isn't necessarily what the cost is. So don't be afraid to ask the counselor, your admissions counselor, hey, are there any more scholarships that I can't see that you might be able to see? Or look outside at places like, FastWeb or scholarships.com, places that will look up free scholarship information, and kind of consider that a little job for yourself, maybe between your junior and senior year. Because if that 1 hour that you spent writing that little essay for that particular scholarship earns you $500, you can consider yourself having made $500 an hour. And that every little scholarship can really help to take down the cost of your expenses at whatever school that you're looking at.
Thank you so much, everyone. That's all fantastic advice. And something that I hear a lot going through this process is just reach out to your admissions counselors. Everyone here on your screen right now is here to help you. And really, they want you to reach out with your questions and talk to them. So that's my little 2 cents here before we end. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. That will conclude our session for this evening. Thank you so much for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. So we'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. And we encourage you to check back to the schedule to sign up for more sessions tonight. You'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all the other session recordings at strivescan.com/Greater Arizona. That's strivescan.com/Greater Arizona. Thank you so much and have a great evening.